Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Tuesday. It's Daryl here. It is 4 a.m. bright and early here in Connecticut on the East Coast. All right, so there's several things I want to talk about today. I want to start off first with Dr. Jill Biden. I can't tell you guys. I imagine a lot of you feel the same way I do. It feels so good to have a first lady who's actually a teacher and has a doctorate in education. I was reading her Wikipedia, her description, and I can't tell you how good I felt reading that. For the longest time, when I've had discussions, arguments, whatever, with Trump supporters over the last 4 years, Melania Trump has come up. And I swear to God, in every conversation, every single Trump supporter I talked to absolutely refused to acknowledge that the First Lady did softcore porn, softcore for naked photo shoots. They all, I swear to God, the willful ignorance, just the disassociation, and once again, just a complete refusal to accept reality. Like it doesn't exist. If I don't acknowledge it, it does not exist. And again, the COVID-19, the virus, same kind of thing. If I just ignore it, I don't like it, I don't understand it, and if I don't acknowledge it, it can't come into my world. And for the last 4 years, I brought this up. I've showed people the pictures over and over again. Oh, they're photoshopped. That's the deep state photoshopping. So I swear to God, every single Trump supporter I've talked to, at the beginning, I think one of them might have used the excuse, well, that was in her past, or one of those excuses they use, that that was the old like the old Donald Trump, the one that talked about grabbing women and how all women need to be treated like garbage and all this other stuff. He didn't say the word garbage, he used another description, but anyway, enough of that. Bye, Felicia. It feels so amazing to have a first lady that isn't just something we can be proud of, but actually that is actually a teacher, that actually has a doctorate in education. And I was reading in the Wikipedia description that she taught adolescents with emotional disabilities reading and writing skills, and man, it gives me goosebumps. Thank God we have something to be proud of again. No more just denial of facts. All right, one of the biggest questions I got is, are we going to get another stimulus check? All right, before the election, things are getting tight heading into Christmas. A lot of people, like I've talked about in previous videos, a lot of people in this town, the bars and restaurants have to close at 9:30 in this state now. We've gone back to phase 2 because of all the new infections. Oh, by the way, we've hit over 10 million infections in the United States. We went over 1 million just since the end of October. 1 million just in the last 10 days. That's how fast this is spreading. Mobile morgues in El Paso right now. And they're talking about the vaccine is looking good, 90% effective. But anyway, back to the stimulus. Before the election, Trump said, I remember the words, man. I remember his words. Right after the election, no, actually he said, right after I'm reelected, because we all know that he does not even comprehend the term loser. He's going to have to get associated with that. I'll have more on that later, too. How he doesn't want to even know. In another denial of reality, this is the rumor that he's trying to be talked into kind of acknowledging that he's lost. But he doesn't want to use the term loser. He doesn't want any details of the transition getting out in public, that he's acknowledged it or anything like that. He does not. Once again, it goes back to what I've learned about narcissists. He cannot comprehend being a loser. and he's going to try to keep it from getting out in the public. But anyway, so before the election, he talked about this stimulus check. And then Mitch McConnell on November 4th said, the day after the election, said he'd like to get it going by the end of this year. But if you remember, on November 4th, it was still looking quite a bit like Trump was going to win the election. Now, nothing's come out more on this yet, but I've got a feeling that good old Mitch has changed his mind since Joe Biden has now been named president-elect. So I'm not holding my breath for Mitch. I basically, come on, I can't trust Mitch as far as I could throw him, and that ain't far. One more thing I want to talk. But anyway, with the stimulus, it's not looking like it's going to come before. Hopefully, by the time Biden, they can get it together by January. But it would be, that's going to be too late with Thanksgiving and Christmas, and a lot of businesses closing because of the winter and in the colder climates up here. January is going to be a little too late for a lot of businesses and a lot of people. They're probably going to have their businesses closed or their homes foreclosed on. Unfortunately, another thing to worry about. Okay, one more note, and I promise I'm not going to keep beating Giuliani into the ground, but I have to talk about this. One of the people, it came out just in the last couple of days. I've got links to all the stories I'm talking about right now. I'm going to put links down below for all these stories, and especially this one. Daryl Brooks, one of the GOP poll watchers that was the first to talk at the now infamous fiasco that was the Four Seasons press conference, Giuliani press conference, is a convicted sex offender with some nasty allegations. I think he was convicted, so they're more than allegations. And I can't even get into them on this channel. But not something that would catch you a beating or worse. I'll leave it at that. And I have an interview with the adult bookstore. I think it's on Slate, the website Slate. I have the link down to that down below. It's an interview with the actual bookstore that was next to the press conference. So that's kind of interesting. And it seems that those two businesses are doing good, which I'm glad to hear. That's great. Anything that gets business going again, a small business. I consider this a small business, my art sales, and anything that boosts a small business is a blessing. So good for the Four Seasons Landscaping. God bless them, and good for the adult bookstore. If they've seen their traffic increase. No comment on that. All right, I'll be back later. I got some more stories to talk about. The Trump, the person in the Trump administration that's not letting money go to start the transition to $10 billion. I was glad to watch Bo the Fifth Column's video yesterday or the day before, I think, about why we really shouldn't worry about that. Bo's pretty sure that Biden has foresaw this coming and is got plans to get around the Trump administration being hesitant to release these funds. I was glad to see it. It was a great video by Bo. It made me feel a lot better, and it was a good video to see. All right, I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a good Tuesday.